Hello everybody and welcome to My Hero Academia, the movie Heroes Rising anime review. I saw it yesterday in the cinema and pwah is all I'm going to say. Pwah. If you are even a little bit of a fan of this series, you should watch this movie. It's not all smooth sailing. I think I definitely enjoyed it way more than I didn't enjoy it. But we're going to talk about both bits here. We're going to talk about no spoilers first, spoiler free, and then afterwards we'll talk full spoilers, and I'll talk about my favourite and least favourite parts of the movie. So anyway, let's jump in by saying, this is, I guess, the first 10 minutes of the movie or so, I'm going to just talk about this bit. UA are stupid. They're dumb. What on earth? I find it very hard to believe. The whole premise of this movie, I guess I should start with. The Class 1A gets sent to an island to do hero work, basically, with no supervision of any kind. After everything that happened, okay, I think that's silly. I think that's very even if it was like secret supervision where they're not even aware of it. Should have done something. Satellite cameras, anything, literally anything. Also, like, they're teenagers. You trust them? I mean, to be fair, they're the most trustworthy teenagers in the world, but still, I guess another thing I should mention, timeline-wise, I read somewhere this takes place during Season 4. There is no way that's true, because there's things in this movie that haven't happened as of where we are right now in Season 4. We're on, like, episode 19, I think, at the point of this going out. So, the fact that there's stuff that hasn't happened yet, there's no way it's going to be in Season 4. It's got to be after. And I read somewhere that it's like, hey, it's going to be after Season 4. So I'm not too sure on that. That's just what I've heard. This movie, it focuses on all of Class 1A. They are the most of it, and it's really good. There's some pretty damn good team-ups that I'll talk more about in the spoiler bit, because I'm not going to spoil it all here. That's harsh. But it is a mainly Deku and Bakugo focused movie, which I liked. The first one, Two Heroes, I preferred this to Two Heroes, by the way. I probably should say that. I think this was much better. Not that Two Heroes was bad, Two Heroes was fine. This movie, Deku and Bakugo, it sort of related back more into the main story, if that makes sense, because it had Deku and Bakugo and their relationship and all that sort of, carried over, whereas the first one, Two Heroes, was mostly original. It had a lot of movie original characters taking the center stage, but this one, it's mostly still Class 1A, and we know them from the show and the manga. So I enjoyed it a lot. That's the start of the movie. The League of Villains are in this. Cool. It's nice to see them, though, to be honest. It's really, if you've never watched anime on the big screen, go and do it. It's a hell of an experience, that's for damn sure. The plot is basically your regular shonen plot. It's good guys are doing something, strong bad guy shows up, good guys fight him. That is the plot, incredibly basically. Like, there's more to it than that, but if you look at the framework, that's what it is. And that works. It works very well in this movie. And it's pretty much all I really wanted, The animation and the soundtrack, both of them are very good. People complained about Season 4's animation. This movie doesn't share any of those problems. It's very well animated pretty much throughout. I can't think of any big spots where there's like, oh, that looks bad. But it's a movie, It should look better than the series. And also, maybe that's why the series looked a little bit wonky in places, because they were working on this instead. Which, that's not a justification, but it is an explanation. The soundtrack, while most of it, maybe all of it, is the same as the show, it has a good soundtrack anyway, I'm not gonna complain about a good, oh, they didn't change the really good songs. Gutted. No, it was good. It was good. Basically, this whole movie, I would have loved to sit in the room and see the planning for the fights. I'll go more into it again in the spoilers, but the way the different quirks mix, like from the different 1A members and the villains. I should probably talk about the villains a little bit. They are fine. That's all I can really say. 9 is basically just a slightly nerfed All for One. The Beast guy had a pretty interesting backstory, and the other two were there. So that's the villains. They did their job. I know I'm sounding a bit like harsh on them. They were fine, you know. They did their job as one-off bad guys. You know, I wasn't expecting too much, and honestly, they sort of did relate into the League of Villains stuff, which again I'm not going to go too deep into in this bit because I got theories, and by theories I mean I've not read the manga, so people can be like, you idiot, you've not read the manga. So there's that. Bakugo is less of a dick. I think that's an important thing to note in this. He feels more friendly to Deku. Like, he's not as antagonistic. He's more... They feel more like rivals than people that actively dislike each other now, which I guess is a good thing. They're more like... Their banter is more like banter instead of Bakugo being like, I'm actually going to kill you. Now he's saying I'm going to kill you, but he's doing it playfully. Is sort of how it works. Does that make sense? I'm choosing to believe that makes sense. Everyone in Class 1A gets a chance to shine in this movie. Yes, even Mineta. Even Mineta is way more tolerable here than he has been in the series, I think. He actually does some fairly cool things and fights like without complaining. It was really bizarre and weird. I was expecting him to put up a little bit of a fight, but he's Mineta. He's like, I'm cool. Let's do it. Let's beat some bad guys. It's like, Mineta, you've grown. Metaphorically, not literally. You're still a short stack. But yeah, he is. He's also like the first hero we see in the movie. Student hero, I'm pretty sure. Damn cool. So yeah, My Hero Academia, Heroes Rising. Great popcorn movie. Great, like, plot's simple, but fine, it works in this instance. I didn't mention the kids. The kids are also fine. I liked their little storyline before everything kicked off. I'm not going to spoil it, as always. But I liked the little, we'll say half an hour, I don't know how long it actually was, before everything went to hell. And it did also progress through the movie as well, but that first little bit, where, you know, Deku and Bakugo as well, and the others are just being good Samaritans around the island, and these kids, they get like a little, basically an episode's worth of them just focusing on them and what they're doing and stuff like that. Again, then they do sort of capture the flags, so they do their job fine. Also, like, Deku keeps saving kids. It's like a really weird thing. Like, obviously there was Kota, and then Eri, and now these two. It's like, are they planning a My Hero, like, future series with all the kids, like, slightly grown up? I'd be so down for that if Eri's the main character. And then you can have this dude, and then Kota could show up again. I'd be really down for that. But anyway, let's not talk about that. We're here to talk about the movie. Yeah, really hype, especially when we get further in, which I'm definitely not going to talk about this bit because it's crazy. Yeah, really hype. It sort of does. I mean, it breaks the power system, doesn't it? Like, we're not going to talk too deep about it in this bit. Stay for the spoiler bit if you want to see me talk about it, you know, a little bit more. But it proper breaks the power system. But anyway, it's good though. I would go see, if you're even remotely interested in this, go and see it. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching this. If you're leaving now for the spoiler bit, I will see you in whatever you decide to watch next. Take care, and let's get on with the spoilers. Okay, now let's jump into the spoilers. So, we'll just head to the big one. So, Deku Go. We'll keep that in. Deku gives Bakugo one for all, and it's a hell of a hype moment. And that song, Might You, starts playing. Really cool. But it's awesome, and it's a really cool spectacle, and the scene is awesome. But I mean, the power system's all wonky, and it's clear when they made this movie, they were thinking more, what is cool and awesome, rather than let's try and make it. They sort of made it work, except for the ending. We'll get to that in a minute. It was a hell of a scene. That final scene, is exactly what it is. But and also everyone else, like the Todoroki cool chill freeze thing, Tokoyami in his Dark Shadow Beast, Gigantuan, whatever form. All these abilities that I've never seen before that apparently are a bit further on in the manga. So, you know, there's that. It gives them an excuse to animate them, I guess. I think that's probably why they moved it further on down the timeline. But before we get to the ending, because I think I've got a little bit to say about it, the doctor, right, that Shigaraki was talking to, that's Deku's doctor from the beginning, right? Because they look remarkably similar if they're different. Like, Deku's doctor has, like, the mustache is a little bit more, you know, clean, but otherwise they look the same. Like, I've not read the manga, as I said. They look damn similar. I liked the League of Villains stuff as well, actually, in this throughout. They were always sort of in the background. Like, I say in the background, they didn't show up for most of it. But you always got the sense they were scheming behind the scenes. Sort of like with in the anime, the Overhaul arcs just happened fairly recently. Speaking of, the ending relating to the League of Villains is sort of similar, where Shigaraki says something similar to 9 when he kills him at the end. He says something similar there than he said to Overhaul. So the League of Villains are up to something, man. Maybe I should just catch up on the manga quick. We're not that far behind, are we, in the anime? We're a little bit, but not too far. Well, shouldn't be too hard at all. The Beast guy's backstory, with his whole I was bullied because I was ugly, so now I'm a bad guy. Sort of like that. It's more interesting than the Blade girl, who... What was her backstory? Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't think she had one either. Yeah, no. Not Nine's goal of power society. Whatever, right? It's fine, but it's whatever. Deku is like... No, I'm sorry. Those kids. I like the whole, the kid. The boy, I've forgotten his name, sorry. When he tries to save his sister, and it's basically... It's like a mirror of that scene from the beginning of the series, where Deku tries to save Bakugo, and then Deku, of course, at the end, gives the you can become a hero, and it's like, oh! That hit me, that did. Probably just hit the mic, my bad. Yeah, that got me. That was like, oh, Deku, you were born a boy and you are now a man. Good job, Deku. But enough singing praises and stuff, because we've been doing a lot of that, because I had a very fun time. Let's talk about the ending. Right, so, as I said, Deku gives Bakugo one for all. They beat the bad guy. Hooray, Deku loses one for all. Except he doesn't, and Bakugo doesn't remember using one for all. So, nothing's changed, but there's no reason Deku should still have one for all. All Might said it was like, it either was because Bakugo went before the transfer was complete, because that's a thing apparently, or it was because the one for all, the previous users or something, like, they were like, it's like a miracle. That's stupid too. What they should have done, because I'm paid to be a writer apparently. No, what I think they would have been better, personally, is the whole... First of all, Bakugo not remembering that was stupid. There was no reason for that whatsoever. What I would have done is I would have had Bakugo have it. I would have had him recover before Deku, while All Might's still there, and he should have given it back. He would have been like, because he said, like, they even mentioned this earlier in the movie, the whole make that power yours so I can beat you, basically. I think he should have given it back and just been like, I haven't beaten you yet. It means nothing if I don't beat you when the power's yours. So he gives it back. Sure, I think, yeah, you know, it's still like a bit of a contrived thing. But I think that's better than just the whole, oh, he forgot, and also one for all stayed for no reason. You know, I think giving a reason, even if it is a little bit flimsy, or can you not get it back once you give it away? If they ever said that, I don't think they've ever said that. Yeah, that's where my big complaint with the movie comes in, is that part of the ending, and also they just break the scale, essentially. Like, Deku and Bakugo are ridiculously powerful at the end. They use their one for all 100% forms, like when Deku saved Eri, except, like, they didn't destroy their bodies. Like, first of all, Bakugo's had no training, he doesn't know how to use one for all. And I mean, he's granted he has a quirk, so he knows a little bit more than Deku, but why their arms got wrecked, but that was about it, you know. They were a little bit beaten, but their arms were the only thing like broken. Maybe it is in the future. Maybe they learn how to do it in the future, but what do I know? But yeah, also the girl, the little girl, she definitely had a thing for Bakugo, right? I'm surprised they didn't do the old, when I'm older, I'm gonna marry you, and Bakugo could have got embarrassed. Shame, missed opportunity right there. Anyway, is there anything else to mention before I wrap this up? I watched the dub. Dub's fine. My Hero Academia has a fairly good dub, comparatively, compared to other things. So, that was fine. You know, I don't really have much to add on that. That's just my little thing. I think we'll wrap up here. I've talked about most of the things. So, in conclusion, it was really hype. The ending was a bit of an eye roll, because you knew they were going to do something. When he gave him One For All, I was like, well, this is anime original. The manga's already past here, it seems. So there's no way he's losing One For All. So there's something funky's got to happen. And I did think that sort of took away from it, because you sort of knew. I mean, if this was I read somewhere this was like an original idea for the finale by the manga author. So, and you can definitely see parts of that with, I reckon in the original version of the finale, what this was meant to be, Deku would have given away One For All, and that would have been it. He would have gone back to being quirkless or something else, and Bakugo would have got One For All. He's like, I became the greatest hero by defeating All For One for good by giving up everything. You know, maybe that's where it was originally going, but now they've changed their mind. You know, I have no idea. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up here. It was a hype as hell movie. If you like My Hero Academia, you're practically guaranteed to like it. The team-ups were cool. The villains were whatever. They did their job. It was, in my opinion, I think it was better than Two Heroes. I think I got definitely more hyped for this than Two Heroes. The final fight was, honestly, flipping amazing to watch. Like, animation-wise and the music and all that. Oh, God, so good. Great time. If you haven't seen it, go see it, is essentially what I'm trying to say. Yes, the ending was a bit but it wasn't bad to the point where it completely ruined the movie for me. I know other people maybe had different opinions. For me, the ending was fine. It wasn't. It was a bit infuriating, but I can look past it. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. I'm reviewing the series as it's coming out, season 4 at the moment, so check that out please as well. I will see you in whatever you decide to watch next, be that My Hero or something else. I'll see you then. Take care and bye guys.